Mr. Gru, Agent Lucy Wilde of the Anti-Villain League. You're gonna have to come with me.
Oh, sorry.
You know, you really should announce your weapons after you fire them. For example, lipstick taser! Get in here!
You've been waiting on.
Yeah, buddy.
This is a sequel you've been wanting for a long time.
How much I've been wanting to not go see this.
But you really like Despicable Me, right?
Me, you mean?
Yeah.
I think you got some pronoun trouble going on.
What, you didn't?
You must mean these guys or yourself.
No, I mean you.
No, not me.
You, man, how can you resist the cuteness of those little yellow nutsacks running around?
The least complex characters ever developed for animated.
Genius, man.
I love them.
You guys know how to animate, don't you?
Man,
I was able to draw Snappy the Turtle. Does that count?
Leon,
just make them all look like chicken nuggets. That's fine.
Leon, it's as if like Adam Sandler like spewed all over the floor, and they all turned into these little yellow minions running around making all kinds of comedy gold. How can you not love that?
You're not helping.
I feel like you read my notes before.
You're right, man. This is marketing genius right here. You took the easiest characters. They're just yellow balls with eyes, little feet and arms. Some of them even got two eyes, you know.
I know. It's like
we don't know why.
I got to draw two eyes on all these.
And then
that's going to take a long time.
You don't have to hire anybody to do their voices. All they do is just talk gibberish all day.
Much, yeah.
And they have become the biggest sensation in cinema right now.
The funniest shit ever.
And you know what? And I love them.
Yeah.
I was actually closer with Leon on the first one. Like, I don't really get the appeal. I was shocked that it turned into such a huge film. I was like, I mean, it's okay. It's not bad, but really this one? But I really like Despicable Me too.
You finally understand magic.
Thank you.
All the way through it.
Yes, him and the insane clown posse.
Oh man, don't look. Maybe by the end of this review, we can take that little crusty heart of yours and make it grow a few sizes large.
I'm hoping to paint him yellow and turn him into a minion. Poke out one of his eyes.
Oh, you don't need to paint him yellow. He's already my minion.
Oh.
As all of you are. No.
Bullshit.
Get the torches,
Already got him.
We're storming the castle.
I've been waiting. I got my noose.
Man, and see,
Corey, you don't tell me what to do, right, Corey?
Glad you checked with me first. No, man, I really like Despicable Me. I remember you came out of it, Leon, talking about, it's all that old typical kid shit. I don't like that. I remember co-hosting, I say, man, I don't know what it is, but we just smile through the whole thing.
Because y'all childish.
Yeah, well, that's true.
That's right. Yeah, it made me laugh.
You know.
Plus, it had a little something called charm, Leon. Maybe you should look that up. You know?
Oh, I thought it was called mediocrity, but if they're spelling it charm now, I'll go with that.
I liked it. The first one, you had a super villain. This is why I thought you would have liked it. You had a super villain, more than traditional James Bond villain. And he was on a mission to steal the moon. He was going to take over the world one way or another, damn it.
Or the moon.
Whichever one comes first. Or both if he can. But then he finds three little girls. He brings them into his home. And at first, he's just like anybody else. Oh, get out of my stuff. Oh, you kids are ruining my plans. But then his heart opens up and he loves them. He realizes, I can be a good guy after all. How can you not love that, Leon?
Because I hate when they have a character who's supposed to be a villain and they make him soft right off the bat.
That's the point.
No. If he works towards it, if I actually see a melting of that crust where I'm like, okay, I can buy into that. But it's pretty apparent right off the bat that this guy's weak.
No, you don't know what you're talking about.
I know exactly.
You don't know what you're talking about.
It's exactly like Hancock. Remember the movie Hancock?
I try to forget.
How it's all about like, here's an asshole superhero, and yet 15 minutes in, they go like, yeah, but it's Will Smith.
I don't remember that.
Hate him.
I choose not to remember that to win this argument with you.
Yeah, Hancock didn't have minions.
I liked Hancock.
But something.
No one's going to tell me to shut up. Damn it.
I was waiting on somebody to do it.
Corey usually does it.
Leon, let me tell you, I'm tired of saying it. I mean, he don't listen to me anymore. Listen, is it that Gru was too soft, or is it that you're just too hard, man.
Well, no, I agree with him, and it came out the same year as
Shut up.
as Megamind.
Megamind, where I was like,
was the
wait,
same
it's
movie.
the same movie.
And yeah, that was part of it. It was like, well, this character isn't very convincing as a guy who was ever really a villain. But the thing about Despicable Me 2 is, with starting with this guy who now he doesn't feel like he ever was a villain. He feels like a kind of a gruff, like science hero, and that. I could buy into. I was like, you know what? You're supposed to like this guy right off the bat for what he is. I love the fact that right off the bat that even though he can be kind of an asshole, he can be kind of hard-edged, he loves the shit out of those girls and would do anything for him. And that just right off when you start that way, I'm like, you know what? I like this guy now, and I want to see where this is going to take him.
See, because I thought honestly they did that with the first movie. I mean, they really showed you that part of him where, you know, he just enjoyed what he was doing, yet nobody paid any attention to him. You know, just like it's like a family friendly version of Chronicle in a way, you know?
I'm sorry.
What? No.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I don't know what you're talking about there.
Corey, okay,
Yes.
come on, man.
Where you see the creation of a villain, because they definitely had some flashbacks of his past of why he is who he is in that first movie.
Yeah, in the most
yeah.
cliche way possible.
Hey, man,
But it's a children's movie.
Help me help you, man. I'm on your side.
Hold on.
I think what you're saying is that I know what you mean. I do know what he means, because what we see here, Gru was a character that was misunderstood. Nobody liked him. Everybody talked shit to him, and he just finally said, "You know what? Nobody likes me. Y'all gonna learn.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
if I gotta be an ass, if I gotta be an asshole for y'all to pay attention to me, I'm gonna be the biggest, most villainous asshole in the world,
Smelliest.
and then it's the biggest, most shit crusted asshole in the world."
Cause are we still talking about Gru?
Yeah.
Yes, we are. But I see both your points, because I saw the point where he finally just changed his ways because somebody finally loved him and he could love them back. Now in this movie, you're right. He's crazy about those girls. He's a full-fledged father right now.
Yep.
No more evil for me. I'm making jellies. You know, he's so soft. He's so softly. He's making jelly now for a living.
And I, as a fan of jelly, I approve.
Yeah, I love jelly too.
And the fact that he's such a cool guy that he even hired his ex-villainous friend to help him make these jellies. I mean, you could tell the guy has a heart now.
Actually, I'm more of a jam. Oh, jam.
Are you singing that Space Jam song again?
Space Jam.
I like a slow
Always
jam.
gotta promote that movie.
That's
now.
right, man.
The true ultimate animated film.
This will never be a classic like Space Jam. But you know what? So now he's being a full-time father, making his jellies and his jams and whatever. And then the anti-villain league comes in and says, you know what? You used to be a super villain back in the day. We could use your expertise. Somebody's got this potion or thing out there. I don't know, some formula, something that changes.
Wait. You love the movie, so tell us exactly what it is.
It's a cream.
It's
a cream that when you apply it to anything, it makes them grow into a big hairy monster and makes them uncontrollable and
Like
scary.
the Hulk.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
You understand the Hulk, right, Leon?
It's the purple drink that the kids didn't choose and had Sunny D instead.
Yeah, it is a chemical compound, if you will.
Yeah.
I had a chance to look at it. When you
I know. I was like, wow, you're really looking at your computer right now?
Yeah, like I could see your eyes looking down at the computer. Read that off.
Yeah, what's that over there, man?
Filled with enzymes and shit.
And vitamin C.
Vitamin C.
Yeah, but they said, we need your help on this, man. So, but that's not really the biggest part of the story. This is a story about Gru. Now that he's a father and he's got little girls to love, well, now he needs a mother. You know, he got these little,
because he's tired of taking care of kids. He's like, I need to get a woman in here.
Well, he doesn't think he does, though, is the key thing. He's like, Psh, I don't need no other woman. There's enough vagina in this house as it is.
but he can't have sex with it. So that's
That's true.
hope
He's
not.
not that much of a villain.
yeah, no.
I told you he was soft.
But then again, he has those minions, so I don't.
You think he'd make one girl minion, you know,
yeah.
like a Smurfette
One Smurfette,
minion?
yeah.
Anything gender oriented about those minions other than the random names he's assigned to them?
Wow.
It's like, would you feel bad about fucking one of them? I'd be like,
No.
that's screw
That's the thing, though. He's made all these little testicles. You think he can make one talking vagina?
Well, I did see one during a party scene, like dance on a stripper pole.
Cross-dressing.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Damn it.
But
Glad you pointed that out.
But now the thing is that when the anti-villain league comes in to recruit him, his partner is a woman. And Gru, by the way, is voiced again by Steve Carell, who
Yeah.
thing is, if I didn't know Steve Carell was listed in the credits, I would have known he was doing his voice. But the girl that comes in, let me see who this fine ass chick right here is.
What, you mean her name or the actress?
Well, Kristen Wiig is the actress.
Yeah.
Lucy Wilde is the character's name. And at first they start out with a typical relationship, but you can see where it's going.
Yeah,
And
they
hang out.
don't like she kind of admires him, but he's like, get the fuck away from me. You're all up in my grill. You better back off.
He's like Clint Eastwood in Dirty Harry movies, where he does not want a partner. He's like, I don't need no partners. I don't need them.
But you know, when he goes home, he's spanking it to her and everything, you know. But yeah,
Clint Eastwood.
She's a redhead. You know she's going to get her way.
And yeah. And
Yeah, what you just saw there was a little something new I've been working on. It's a combination of a jujitsu, Krav Maga, Aztec warfare, and crumping.
Okay, that's weird. Why are you here?
On assignment from Silas. I'm your new partner. Yay!
What? No, yay!
yeah, and that's what the story is about. I mean, forget all the villain subplot, and they have a big villain climax to this, you know, and all that kind of stuff. Somebody turns to a big monster. I love the way some of the minions, they take all the minions and turn them into little purple monsters. That's fun, but forget that. It's all about Gru trying to get a mother for his family and trying to get a date, and I like that. The movie's not focused at all. Again, it's all over the place, but the movie is also so silly and just so goofy that I can excuse that because I was laughing the whole time.
Yeah, it is one of those movies where you do kind of realize, like, wait, is the main plot of this supposed to be about them fighting this new super villain that you know they all teamed up to join and conquer? No, it's not really like that at all. I thought this is the most subtle use of a supposed subplot that honestly sticks out more than anything, which is just Gru trying to have a relationship with a woman. You know?
You did it right there. It's funny because the movie is going to pitch it as, it's Gru on another adventure, you know, to stop a big villain that's going to threaten the world. But that's actually the subplot.
It really is. Yeah, and I thought they were really clever with how they did that. But yeah, when the comedy comes in, usually I wouldn't forgive a movie for doing something like that, but in this case, all those little parts are actually hilarious.
Well, if I have a problem with this film, it's that, you guys are absolutely right. It's so charming, it's almost ridiculous. Like, they strap you down in your chair with charm, and you're not fighting it. You're like, yeah, this is nice. This is nice.
Yeah, I like it.
Even to the point that the character who eventually turns out to be the villain is so super likable. You're like, oh, I love this character. He's so cool.
Even though he's a Mexican stereotype.
When suddenly they turn around, it's like, oh, by the way, he's just going to be evil now. It's like,
you know what? You are exactly right about that.
Yeah, it bothered me.
Who did the voice for that character?
Benjamin Bratt.
Okay.
Yeah. But overall,
fuck you, man. Did you see the way he said that? Benjamin Bratt, stupid
dumbass.
I'm sorry. Well,
You buffoon.
but you guys loving the movie so much, I figured you'd be all up in it.
Get out of here with that.
No, it's funny because, like I said, the first one was okay. And this one grabbed me a lot more because I think that one of the things is they really got the comedy a lot more right with the minions. It works a lot better. And that cuteness to funny ratio. It's like they balanced it. They finally got that balancing act just right where I sat through the whole movie very entertaining.
The chemistry with Gru and the kids I thought was fantastic.
And the chemistry, especially between him and Kristen Wiig's character. I mean, they really made that work. They sold that to me completely. Where the end, I was like, oh, I'm so happy those cute kids got together.
Okay, well, there's your very nice review of Despicable Me 2.
All right, well, good night,
Here comes the
everybody.
asshole.
And here's Leon's worthless opinion.
Here's Leon.
The Grinch.
Come on.
The supervillain of our cast.
I want to dress him up as a Mexican right now. I don't know why. Your big sombrero, Leon. Put it on.
That's what I do when I'm at home.
Sombrero, nothing else but a smile. Some guacamole.
I thought this movie was all right.
No, you didn't.
No, I didn't.
No, I'm not saying. I know I ain't falling for that now. I saw you when you came out the movie. You were nudging me. Hey, this is some bullshit, wasn't it? Huh?
Clark Kent and Superman 2. Actually, I wasn't mad. I just kind of felt like, man. Honestly, I'm not even fired up about it. Like the first movie, I was just like, wow, that was just kind of lame. And I can't believe everybody's liking it so much. And with this one, I'm like, well, as Cyrus says, it is better, I guess. I mean, it's unfocused. It relies on cuteness. It totally cops out on the, like, hey, it's a kid's movie. It's for the kids. It ain't gotta have, a lot of complicated plot or great dialogue or, any
When
fucking
this
thing
movie
clever.
turned into a Jewish man. It's for the kids movie.
Well, I mean, that's what you hear all the time. It's like, yeah, but it's for little kids. I'm like, man, I see movie that appeal to little kids that also appeal to me that has some cleverness in it. I'm sorry. You know what? The guys who, from this studio, they gave us Despicable Me's and the Lorax.
You love that movie.
Yeah. These guys, they don't aim high. I mean, I watch it all the time and I go like, man, they could have aimed for something they don't. They just go like, look, we're just going to aim low and that way we'll always hit our target. And you know, hey, bully for you. You've done it, but I'm not impressed. I mean, I watched your movie. It wasn't painful and yet I can better remember it. And I have no desire to go back and watch it again.
I mean, you are right that these guys definitely do aim lower. They're going for like, they're like, we don't want to make that film for the ages here. I mean, and they are making a film directed more at younger kids, but I felt, especially with this one, they managed to hit some sort of like point that was like, that was charming regardless of how old you were. I mean, you're right. It is unfocused, but in some ways that kind of adds to the effect of it because the real focus is this thing you don't think is supposed to be, the relationship between him and this new girl.
How do you not think that's the focus? That's clearly what it's about.
Well, no. I mean, clearly what it is after you've seen it, but the film tries to make the argument. No. This is a story about him having to hunt down this other guy.
I wish I could record that. Oh wait, you are recording it, so I can play it back when it's some movie that he hates, and I get to play that again. Yeah, honestly, you know what? To me, this movie is different strokes. It's Family Matters.
The TV show?
It's yeah.
Oh.
It's
That's a good show.
A very special episode
see,
of it.
the fact you say those are good shows,
yeah,
that's what I'm talking about. Because those are not good shows. Those Those are bottom of the barrel. Hey, what's the least amount of work we got to do to get a show on?
Those are TV
shows?
classics, though.
Then they're not classics.
Says who? Says you?
Different Strokes was a show where when they at that point the sitcoms they reached that point where you're like, you know what? We ain't got to get a big laugh. We got a laugh track. Look, just have them say something. Laugh will come in, move on to the next thing. And everybody just gave up and said like, okay, sure, that's fine.
Arnold and Willis taught me a lot of things.
See, that's where you lost people. That's supposed to prove your point. Who didn't love?
What you talking about, Will?
What you talking about, Leon? Everybody loved Different Strokes.
Hey man, you like those cute kids, but there was not good writing on those shows.
Are you telling me the child molesting episode was not a good episode?
Well, okay, so if you want to compare child molesting to Despicable Me,
that's how I learned about child molesting.
No, that's right, because you're too busy comparing it to Chronicling and Clint Eastwood.
That's a good movie to compare it to.
Where did you learn the facts of life from if it wasn't from the facts of life?
What, did you watch Silver Spoons? Were you a Silver Spoons fan, Leon?
Yeah.
Once again.
I see your point. I do.
Does anybody? Because I'm like,
no.
You know what? I don't want to always be the guy in the sandals with the sign that says the end is nigh.
No.
You are that guy.
At this point, you're just the piñata that's been hung up in our backyard, and it's Cinco de Mayo, my friend.
Sure. Hey, man, if you guys liked it, then that's what it was aimed. You know what? It was aimed to just hit that low part of your brain, and you just sat there and just ate it like bland vanilla pudding, and you enjoyed it, and that's fine.
Mm-hmm. Did it please your lower part of your brain, Cyrus? You too,
yeah, exactly. When you feeding your dumb old brain mushy ice cream, like he was saying.
Sometimes my dumb old brain likes to be fed,
and that's true. A lot of times you like that, and there's times I'm in the mood for it. Except with this, I'm just kind of not. I'm like, guys, man. Just pick it up, do something. You almost got something here. Like, I can feel you sort of trying and then going like, that's enough. That's enough.
Don't try
too
too
much.
hard.
Don't try too hard.
You didn't appreciate any of the, as far as a movie like this, especially since we've seen a lot of films, a good one to think about is Brave, where you bring a family element. And you're trying to get your story across through a family element where I think something like Brave kind of falls on its face when it is trying to communicate to you how, when kids are growing up, they're going to have emotions. Some of them are going to want to have a mother in their life. Or, when your daughter gets old enough, she wants to start dating, something like, the Croods. The Croods, or the relationship that they have, that family dynamic in that movie that they really tried to, appeal to kids. I think this movie did it better than all those films as far as the relationship. Just a father dealing with his kids.
You know what?
Okay. I'll say this about Despicable Me, I keep trying to get through to you guys, and I know I won't. But it's a movie about a supervillain, which is like a bad, dangerous thing. And sure, they want to make him nice because he has to come around and be a father, but they smooth off the edges before they even are any edges there. It's like a Nerf movie. And for me, that doesn't appeal to me at
Leon,
all.
we're trying to get through to you. You realize that this wasn't a real James Bond villain. Like, you expect him to, like, murder people and destroy cities. This is a kid's movie.
Is that what I expect?
And
for?
somewhere in
It is.
Hollywood, someone's ears go, a Nerf movie.
I just feel like it doesn't commit to anything.
Can I say this seriously though? I see what you're saying, and when I say this, I really do mean this. I think you are missing the point though. You're saying that this movie doesn't aim high, and I don't blame you for feeling that way because you named some movies that we've talked about. I mean, like the Lorax and some other things. I mean, these are movies that the marketing tools are. They know kids are just going to like very basic jokes, and they get by on that. I think in this movie, maybe aiming low is not the right thing to say. Maybe it's just very lighthearted. Just very light period. And there's nothing wrong with that.
No, I've seen things that are more lighthearted where I go
Like what?
you know what?
Good
question.
Didn't I?
Good question.
Where I'm like, this, you know what? This is still funny. It ain't trying to win the Academy Award, but it's still a funny and a fun ride. Hotel Transylvania is a lighthearted comedy. And yet it's constantly visually, it's exciting. And there's great jokes in it all the way through.
That movie wasn't that good though.
Oh, okay.
That movie kind of sucks when I think about it
Say whatever
compared to
you
this.
have to win the argument. That's
I
fine.
like that. I see what you're saying. I guess we just don't see it. It's just, there were so many things about this movie that set the mood for me that it all seemed to work together. And maybe they didn't even mean it, but it still somehow worked. I think the music that Pharrell did, which I liked in the first one, that he did the original music for that.
Yeah.
I think his songs fit the mood here, and they just made me happy. And what I mean, they did, man.
They were actually great songs.
I said, why is he laughing at me?
That's just funny. Like, I just hear his music just made me happy. But I like that. I like that. I like the origin of El Macho.
Yeah.
Like that was something I was like, man, when that came up, I was like, you know what? I think I'm gonna like this one better if they keep doing stuff like that. But
That's a Mexican villain's name, El Macho.
Yeah.
Is that, I even like and I think what I mean by accident, I don't think they did it by accident, but if you want to make that argument, I mean, those minions, however they came up with those, they made me laugh. I know you laughed at this part, Coles.
I was laughing at them, period.
But do you remember the part where just for no reason they're having this insane ice cream party?
All the parties that they were having, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, sir.
I like the Minions now. I'm like, you know what? I'm sold on the Minions. I would hang out with those weird little asexual things.
or just the fact that seeing the kids, seeing the kids know these Minions by name, I think is hilarious. And just, especially when the one came running in dressed up as a firefighter going,
when the lab caught on fire.
Yeah, where he just started chopping everything down with an axe just throughout the whole room. I was laughing my ass off.
And the other one's sitting there with a siren helmet and a microphone going, woo!
Yeah, and I'm sorry, but that was just the way that they're animated. I mean, they do so much with those little characters that so many other animated features I realize they fail to do. And I don't know if that's just the way they move, the reactions, the way these guys communicate with each other. Like, you could tell that these guys have known each other for years, and there's like millions of them. Yet when they're interacting with each other, you do feel a sense of like the chemistry is completely working. And I hate it when I see other animated films try to do that. And it's a funny thing thinking about the Lorax, where they really tried to do their own version of the Minions. They were ripping themselves off, where it really didn't work as much. So with this, I'm like, wow, you know what? If they decide to do a Despicable Me Part 3 with just the Minions, I will be there to watch.
They are.
Did you not see the end of this movie?
No, they're already in pre-production on a film just called Minions.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
next year.
Fuck. Okay. Jesus.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said.
But you know, not in the same context.
Not with as much enthusiasm.
No enthusiasm. But I'm listening to you talk about this, Leon, I'm really thinking, not to say what I was thinking you're expecting.
Pick your words carefully here.
But it seems like you're still looking for something more in the vein of like The Incredibles.
No.
Wait, what?
No, not at all. Where'd you
Well,
get that from?
as far as like the villains and how they react in their world.
Okay.
The tone of The Incredibles in a way, but you want some humorous elements thrown in there.
You know what? The Incredibles, it committed. It started that and it committed. And where this goes like, well, you know what that's like? Well, this is sort of like that, but we're not going to really go into it.
Well, it couldn't be more different of a universe, though, too. And
See, that's why I didn't want to answer this question.
I know that's why.
Nice setup, man.
My plan.
So you were expecting
Let me
The
twirl
Incredibles.
my mustache.
No, you just said you did.
Yes.
That's not what I said. Never
You
mind.
fell for the trap, Leon. I tried to warn you.
Yeah.
It's a
Only
trap.
Admiral. Yeah. If only Admiral Akbar were here to help you.
Although, Corey, you know what? I will agree with you on one thing about the movie that you and I both really loved was the fact that it ended with not one, but two musical dance sequences. That was awesome. I love when an animated movie does that.
You know what? I hate when movies do that, where they have the characters come out and dance. We've had a talk about that before, but okay. One was a musical number that was part of the story that actually was pretty funny, I thought. And then the last thing, they danced for about a second, and that was it.
And it wasn't a big karaoke number like the
That's
way a lot of
right.
movies
That's
do.
it.
That's
really
what
wasn't.
bugs me, where it's
Yeah.
like, hey, here's the song we own the rights to, and now let's have them all dance and sing
Yeah.
it. You're like, let's not, okay?
Yeah. That's
let's
one-
not do that because every fucking body's got to do it. If Shrek is doing it, you should stop doing it. That's a good rule.
And can I say, I thought the use of the 3D actually was really cool.
Oh, the what?
The use of the 3D in this
In
movie.
certain parts, yeah.
Yeah,
certain parts,
I thought there was at least the action scenes. It seemed like they were really up their game as far as how they were using
I
that.
love the thing about the Minions. One point that cracked me up that I don't think was supposed to be as funny as it was, I just made me think of something else, was that there's a point where he goes, hey, have you seen Frank? Like, to one of the other Minions, like, you've actually named these guys? And the other Minion's like, And like, it's like, I guess the movie wants you to go like, no, I haven't seen him. I don't know. But I thought him going like, how the fuck do I know? Which one is Frank?
I thought you were Frank. Man, I don't want to ruin anything, but since we're talking about the Minions, this is what summarizes the Minions to me. There's an ice cream truck going down the street, and the kids are chasing the ice cream truck, and those Minions just push those motherfuckers out the way.
Plow through them.
To the ice cream truck. Hey! Yeah, man, that
was funny.
Yeah, that was fun. It was fun. I don't know, man. I really like this movie. I don't think it's as good as the first one because it does feel like a sequel. I will give you that. There really is no story here other than we just got a hook grew up with somebody.
Yeah.
That's it. I recognize that, but I still like it. I mean, I think I gave the first one a high matinee, and I'm just gonna shit. Don't let me split hairs here. This is a matinee. This is a high matinee also, but I don't like it as much as the first one. Shit, man, I don't know. I can see why kids love these Minions. I love them too. I can't wait for this Minions movie. I know you can't either, Leon.
Yeah, can't wait.
What do you think, Monster?
I mean, honestly, having just seen Monsters University that had a bunch of clever things in it and that was a lot of fun, to see this right after that, it really paints a clear picture of what just doesn't turn me on about these Despicable Me movies. At the same time, I probably did like it a little bit better than the first one. I mean, talking to Cyrus afterwards, he was like pointing out some things. I was like, yeah, you're right. There's a little bit more here that I like over it, but I still think it's just mediocre at its utmost degree. For me, it's a high rental.
All right.
It's funny, like that. A lot of the things you're saying, I'm like going, well, I can totally see why you feel that way. You're not saying inaccurate things about it. It's just that part of it that did appeal to me, really, the finding that balance of the charm, especially, and the funny that got to me. That worked for me, whereas it didn't sell at all to you. And that was the big difference, because most of your points are absolutely correct. This is largely plotless. And if it wasn't for the fact that I think it's in general, like the jokes work better and the charm is more effective than in the first one, I wouldn't like this more. I was just okay on the first one, and this one I'm like, yeah, this is a little better for that reason, but they're both kind of rambling.
Yeah.
Much like I'm doing right now. So I'll just get to the point and say that I thought this was a high matinee. I mean, it's good. It's very good. It's just not great because they could have aimed for more and they didn't.
Alrighty.
Wow. Well, if my name were Sour Grapes, I would completely understand Leon's opinion. Yet,
what's my name?
But just thinking about what you just said about Monsters University, I can see why we both have two completely opposite views of this film. Where this is something I was honestly looking forward to in Monsters University that I never got. I really don't know what was all that clever about that film. There was nothing to me, there's nothing for me to like about any of those characters. I just didn't get any sense of charm or wonder or even just amazement of this world that they created, where this one I have. And it started with the first movie. And I thought that the way that they subtly put in this whole relationship subplot that honestly was the main focus, especially, with bringing in the kids and the family and the chemistry that works between all these characters, that it still feels honest. It still feels like it didn't ever cross that road where it felt like, okay, this is just something that's suffering from sequelitis. Especially the fact that they threw in a lot of clever, funny moments with the Minions. So many that I haven't laughed as hard at a kids movie in a long time. And, you know, I have to give them credit for that. It's something that appealed to me. I love I love the even when they threw in the action, the part that, you know, kids are going to want to see the wow moments. Those moments were pretty incredible and pretty awesome. So saying that, I have to give it. I have to. I have no choice but to give it a full price because I think it really succeeded in what a lot of animated movies fail that I normally see that are supposed to be charming to kids. And I hope to God parents drag their kids to go see this damn movie instead of that goddamn Monsters University. So
stop it! I was being quiet for a while.
I know parents are dying to find a kids movie to just drag their kids into the theater so they can hopefully just get some peace and quiet and leave them there. But I'm sorry, I think this is a better film to do that with.
I was with you until you start coming down.
You lost us there. You kept
that movie sucks.
That's why I ain't gonna say nothing. Let him hang himself.
Oh, you be quiet, because I tell you what, our three dumb brains get together to make one mighty brain that gives this movie one big full price that trumps your little puny rental, man.
Yeah. How? You both gave it a
matinee. Yeah, the average would probably be like a low matinee or something.
Oh. Well, my review, my rating trumps over everyone.
How your puny brain?
Yeah, but hey, I just admit I had a dumb brain.
like retarded Voltron or something.
And I'll form the stupid head.
Damn it!
Are you really gonna save the world?
That's right, baby. Cruise back in the game with cool cars, gadgets,
How are they working?
and weapons.